Hi guys, I'm Jessica and this is Blue Ridge Bubble Works. Today we are doing our second soap in the November collection. I still haven't named it. I don't know, something thankful, blah blah blah. You know what November is about. This soap is called Harvest Moon and I made a cane in bed. I can't wait for you to see it. It's super cool. And the entire collection will be available Monday, November 1st, 2021. And today we are using autumn wreath type from Nature's Garden. This is everything that fall smells like. I mean, for real. There's this store in the town next to me and it's called Country Connections. And they have Amish made furniture and candles and all kinds of stuff, right? This smells like walking into Country Connections. So if you live local and you know Country Connections, you walk in, this is exactly what it smells like. It's got some of the spicy notes like clove and cinnamon and nutmeg, but it's not overpowering at all. It's so comforting. It just makes you want to take a deep breath and just relax. All right, so for the colors, I'm going to be doing a sculpted layer in neutral gray, and then I'm going to be doing the sky in purple haze, and then we've got the soap cane. Let's open up the soap cane because I haven't even taken it out of the mold yet. Wait till you see this, is super satisfying. Okay, so this is a cane mold from Brambleberry, and I have different shapes. I have a heart, I have a star, and obviously this one is a circle in case you don't know basic geometry. And it's just these two pieces, they stick together, and then you pour melt and pour. Well, I use melt and pour soap. I guess you can use cold process if you want, but that just takes too long. So anyway, I made this last night, and it's just so fun. And I did it in two. So the bottom I actually made with Hollywood pink, and then I added a little bit of red, and I was trying to get just the right color, and I poured it in, and it only came up to about here. You can see that's about half because I didn't get enough soap. I didn't realize I was going to need more because I forgot to write down when I used it before. And so the top is orange and the bottom is red. So that's going to be a really neat transition through the soap. But look how it just slides right out of there. And now I've got this circle that I put down in my soap, and you'll have the circle all the way through. All right, I'm gonna take a second and clean it up. Move this out of the way so I don't accidentally drop soap down into there. So all you have to do to clean it up, because I don't know if you can see, there's this little edge from where the two pieces of the mold come together. So I'm gonna take and it comes right off, super easy. Do both sides. And you can really see on this side, well, it's not really picking up on the camera too much, but you can see where the orange and the red mixed. So these are gonna be like the best bars. I can't wait to cut through the bars down in there. All right, the next thing I have to do with this soap cane is make sure that it fits in my mold. Oh, there's a little piece of soap on there. Is make sure that it fits in my mold because this is obviously too long. Now, I really want to keep this orange side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this nice and flat on this side and use that to do my measurement. Wants to slide over there. So here I'm going to take the inside of my mold and I'm just going to make a mark on the soap, and I see it and it cuts right there. And this knife, it's kind of sharp. It's not super duper sharp, so it kind of wiggled a little bit, and it's also you can see it's very flexible. So as I was cutting, it kind of went a little wiggly, so I needed, yep, and it fits perfect. Now this, it's kind of heavy. So I'm definitely going to make sure that my soap is set up properly before I put it in there. Otherwise, it's going to fall down to the bottom. And the bottom layer is supposed to represent mountains, and the top is supposed to be the sky. And I definitely don't want the moon all the way down on the mountains. So let's get the soap started. All right, first things first, add our lye water with a little bit of sodium lactate into our room temperature oils and get it all mixed up. All right, so I have actually changed my mind because, you know, I can do that. I'm going to add a good bit over here. This is going to be it's going to be the mountain layer, so it's going to be black. Or, well, I told you it was going to be neutral gray, but I changed my mind last second, and I've decided to go with activated charcoal. This one is from Brambleberry, just because I really want it to be super duper dark. So I'm going to add a teaspoon. This is a half teaspoon measure. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of the activated charcoal and mix it up. That is beautiful. And that's at a light trace already. So now, I've never used this fragrance before because, you know, I never checked fragrances before I actually use them. So I'm going to just pour some in here and hopefully it doesn't seize or rice or anything. All right. Oh, it smells so good. Just moving it around a little bit made a big difference. This smells so good. And it looks like it is behaving very, very nicely. So let's put the first layer, the mountain layer, into the mold. I think this may have actually slowed down trace. So we might be waiting a little bit to be able to sculpt this layer. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long, but this is my least favorite mold, in case you're wondering, because it always does this. Eventually when it gets all full, the soap will give it enough pressure to push it out. I don't know why this one's different. Who knows? All right, that is very super duper liquidy. All right, well, we're gonna be a few minutes. Okay, so I have been waiting literally about 10 minutes. It's still a little bit jiggly in there, but we're gonna go ahead and get this going because I am impatient. All right, so we're gonna sculpt this a little bit. I'm just gonna pull it away from the sides, try to make it look mountainy. You know what? I don't know if this is gonna work because it's still so very, very liquidy. All right, we're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna go ahead, either way, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up the next layer, because if this layer is taking this long to set up, then the next layer is gonna take this long too, and I don't wanna wait that long before I put my soap cane in there. All right, usually I already have all of my colorants measured out, and I obviously do not today because I am out of my little white cups that I use. I'm gonna go get some today, but I really needed to get this soap made, so at least I'm using a fragrance oil that is giving me plenty of time to work, more than I wanted. All right, so let's see. Again, this is the Purple Haze, and I'm gonna need at least 2 teaspoons. So we'll go with that. And I'm also going to go ahead and mix in the fragrance oil, since the fragrance oil seems to be slowing everything down. All right, let's mixy. All right, that looks like it's at a light trace already, but that was at a light trace as well. So I think it's probably gonna slow down again, but let's make sure it's all mixed up good. Okay, so I played with this some more because I had time to. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this purple haze, the purple sky, on top of it, just so that it'll kind of maybe help hold it together. This is a little bit, what's in there is a little bit stiffer than this, and this way I'll help reduce some bubbles. All right, pour that on there very gently, very gently. All right, I don't want it to displace anything in there. All right, so I'm gonna give this a few minutes. Well, I'll put some more in there. All right, I'm gonna give this a few minutes to set up before I put in the soap cane. All right, so this has set up nicely. Look at that. No jiggle at all. So that is perfect to put this in. I'm just gonna drop it in there and press it down a little, because I know that there's a good bit of purple before I get to the black, and that way I can just sort of ladle this on top and flatten it out. So I did not make my batch smaller, even though I added that soap cane, which is actually quite a bit. That's why I have so much left over. I'll be able to make this smooth-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to make sure all the bars are about the same size. I'm not worried about it being perfect. Oh my word, I'm making a huge mess. All right. I gotta clean this up a little bit. Hold on a second. All right, there, better. I cleaned it up, and I've got these pretty molds. I just love these sunflower molds. They're so pretty. And I mean, this actually has 3 different kinds of flowers on it, but I'm gonna use the sunflower mold, and this is just gonna be a soap for me because I love this fragrance. It is just amazing. So it's gonna go in there. Flatten it down in there a little. All right, there's some extra. I'm gonna put it on top here because I don't need my soap to be quite that large. All right, get all that in there and clean it up a little. I'm gonna scrape this off of here because it seems like there's a lot of soap on here, and there's no way I can scrape it off without making a bigger mess except to touch it myself. All right, I'm gonna use the same tongue depressor that I used to sculpt the mountains, and I'm just gonna give this a little, spread it out a little, and give it some texture. Oh, there's the soap cane. I don't want to uncover that. So I'm just going to touch it a little bit. There we go. And then, because this is supposed to be a night sky, I'm going to put some stars in the sky with the Brambleberry Silver Rainbow Eco Glitter. Because like I said in the last soap video, one thing that I am super thankful for is glitter. So I think I might be putting glitter on all of the soaps for November, but we'll see. All right, let's tap it easy. There we go. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side. And dark colors have a tendency to get a little bit more soda ash on it. I try to spray all of my soaps with rubbing alcohol. A lot of times I remember after I stop filming, but most of the time they do get sprayed. This one I'm going to do very lightly though, because this is eco glitter, which means it will dissolve in water, so it'll definitely dissolve in, this is alcohol. So I'm just going to do a quick spritz and just leave it at that. All right, pretty excited to cut this one, so we'll see you back for the cut.